All right, it says we are live, and I'm just coming in to do a quick update. I guess this is the second one on this Father Fish inspired tank. I have some other tanks that his methods inspired, but this is the first one that I set. I'll take my time a little bit here till we get a couple people in. I'm doing this live because I don't want to edit it, so just shoot a perfect video first go round, and very little to edit there. There we go, getting lots of people in now, several people in, some likes. Basically, just a refresh. Hey Sherry, this is a 40 breeder, and the tank is primarily a rainbow fish tank, and it's my second rainbow tank. It does have some Danios and other smaller fish in here that you'll see, plenty of those. Hey Monica, some tetras and so forth. But my point on the update, hey Petsotics, I set this tank maybe 3 months ago, hey Ginger, and came back a couple weeks later and did an initial update on it, and it never ever fails. They were all asleep. Hey DNA, hey Sandy. But anyway, it was sand. It was sand and gravel. So I went ahead and put a deep sand, about 4 inches, I think, substrate on it. You can see there. And yeah, no, what are you going to do? They were all asleep. And I thought, this is perfect. And I'd been going around talking to myself, didn't wake them. Soon as I turned the camera on, it seems like they've, hey James, you talking about doing the Father Fish updates and so forth, reminded me that I'm way behind on doing mine. So I'm just trying to get it done real quick before our next 5 o'clock stream comes on. I think that's JH Aquatics. So getting back to that, less than 10 minutes, plenty of time. It's a 40 breeder. This tank has been set up probably for maybe 5 years. It's had various things in it. It's where my severums all started out as babies, and as I got into, yeah, Ginger, more and more people are doing that, and in his stream today they were talking about that and sharing that, and his videos taken off and so forth reminded me that I need to do an update on this. I'm bad, guys, you know that, to not come back and update things. And what really reminded me also is I've just added 3 new turquoise rainbows, and you can kind of see one in front of that hang on back filter there. There comes a second one in. And there's the third one over to the left. I've got a couple, 2 or 3 bigger ones, adult ones in there, and those are juveniles. Those I just placed in here yesterday. I did move the large Parkinsoni female that was in here that was identified by Tropical TV. I can't remember his full screen name. I never can. Jason. So this tank really seemed to blossom after about 2 weeks. You might remember those Cypress Helpheri. They were really lush, big, huge plants, and I'd had those a couple of years. They have died back some, but are beginning to put out green. So to make it able to get a lot of the dead stuff out and make sure we had live roots, I pulled those apart and set out the things that appeared to be living. That first one there, I'm going to watch close. And this is part of what had given me some tannins in my water. So I solved that mystery as well. That other one was over there, and it's still slowly dying back. So I'm not sure why, unless that's just the nature of that plant. From me using I do like some currant in here, and the fish love it as well. Looks like a huge amount when you're there, but you can see none of the fish are struggling, and they're loving the currant. They go in it, they enjoy it. From the currant, it has kind of worn the corners down a little bit naturally, and the cories seem to like that. They leave this corner all the time and go around and eat. And also over here it's a little worn down, but that lets me show, oh, and I did turn that wood. The wood was facing this way. and I pulled it out and turned it more toward the center of the tank. It's just an old piece of Mopani that I've had. It hides the filters back there, which I didn't mention. I've got 2 sponge filters, one in each back corner. You might be able to see that one bubbling back there. There's a heater back there. And there's the other sponge filter. That one tends to get buried at the bottom, which is great. I love that. Then I have 2 hang-on backs. And that one there is a Tidal and has a skimmer as well. That may be an aqua clear. I thought I didn't have any more of them, but I had so many. So this tank is really, really filtered. So the fish have plenty of filtration, plenty of beneficial bacteria, which of course is on the wood, the rocks, the plants, the sand substrate, everything. There's even some, I forget what those are called. They're in the tetra family. Hey, pretty. These are just Australian rainbows, $3 fish that when they grow out, they're gorgeous, and they're just now really starting to color up some. So yeah, it's kind of gone through a period of things dying back a little, which may be normal. But the tough plants like the Amazon sword plants just are losing the leaves as they put out new ones, and I pull those out, pick those off. Back to the substrate, Father Fish was talking earlier about how deeper substrate absorbs and recycles the mulch, and so that's what I've got in there. Water change was done 2 days ago in here, and I do vacuum a little over the substrate just because I have a hose in here. The only type fertilizers I ever use are when I think of it, which is very, very rare, probably been only once since I reset this tank, is what's Corey have, the aquarium co-op, whatever. I have a lot of that stocked up, but I really backed off on using it in these type tanks. These fish want to be fed, and I just happen to have some bloodworms and some spirulina brine shrimp. So I'd say the tank is a success. I'm watching the plant growth and how that comes around, how that continues to do closely. But any quick question, I want to get off of here before JH goes live, which is 2 minutes or less. Any comments or questions? I see you guys have been talking, and I appreciate that. I love that. And thank you guys for modding, and thank you guys for helping mod that are not moderators. And it looks like we've got 24 people watching and 8 likes, so that's great. I've always called these impromptu live streams. I saw the other day someone called one a pop-up. I think it was rack, so this is whatever that is. So all right, I'll get on back to feeding these guys and watching for JH to come on. I'm eager to hear how things are going now that he's back and moved back in with Amber. So thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate your support. And yeah, get you a Father Fish tank as well. I highly recommend it. See you later.